going on, beautiful people? It's your girl Brooklyn Stace, and welcome to my channel. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you to all of my old subscribers. Just thank you. Thank you for coming back to visit my channel. Today, I'm going to be cooking something really easy, and it is a one-pot meal, one-pan meal, and it is a Mexican. Instead of using beef, I use ground turkey. So a Mexican, you could say cauliflower rice ground turkey meal. Okay, so it's really simple. All the ingredients that I'm going to use, of course, is my Fiesta blend cheese. Like I said, ground turkey. I'm going to be using ground turkey, not ground beef. I'm going to be using the cauliflower rice instead of regular rice because we want to keep it low carb, and for those who are doing keto, this is really good for keto as well. Then I'm going to be using some fire roasted diced tomatoes. I'm going to be using some minced garlic. This is in olive oil. I could use the fresh garlic, but I had minced garlic on hand, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to be using some taco seasoning mix. I get the one with less sodium. I'm always watching my sodium. I don't usually cook with salt, and I'm really conscious of things with a lot of sodium in it, so I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using some red onion and a few sprigs of green onions that are on its last leg. I'm going to be using a little bit of red pepper, sweet pepper, and for toppings I'm going to use just a few sprigs of cilantro, as well as cut up this ripe, hopefully it's not too ripe, but this is an avocado. All right, so since I already have my pan heated up over here with some olive oil in it, I'm going to start cooking the ground turkey. Now, I'm not going to be using all of this. I want to be using half of this because, you know, after vertical sleeve gastrectomy, for those of you who don't know, I had it on August the 17th. I don't need to cook large amounts. So normally I will separate my meats, my package of meats, in half. So I'm going to use half of this for another recipe, and I'm only going to cook half of it. So let me divide this up and just get half of it going in the pan. Wash my hands. Put that back in the fridge, and let's get this cooking. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to turn my fire down a little bit. Now, while that's doing its thing over here, what I'm going to do is just get my vegetables cut up. And I'm only going to use a little piece of the red pepper. I'm not going to use all of it. So I'm actually just going to cut off a section of it here. And I've already washed it off. So I'm just going to get it, you know, just sliced up, just cut up here. Rough chop, nothing drastic, nothing pretty, just chop it up into smaller pieces as per your liking. You do things the way that you want to do in your kitchen, and I'm doing things the way I want to do in mine, because that makes us individuals, correct? So, I'm a home cook, not a chef. Didn't go to culinary school. Everybody has their own different way, right? So hey, no judgment zone. I don't judge you, you don't judge me. I tell you, it is what it is. But nevertheless, we want to get that cut up and just into nice little pieces. So that's that. And while I'm in the cutting mode here, I'm going to set that aside, push that aside. And I'm going to cut up piece of my red onion. Again, I'm not going to use a lot. Even though I like onions, I'm only going to use a little bit because, you know, the taco seasoning has onion powder. It has a lot of flavor in it already. I just love onions, so I love to enhance it with onions, extra garlic, you know, just to enhance the flavors that are already there. All right, so just rough chop a few pieces of onion. Get that all cut up and chopped up. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and chop up the sprigs of green onion that I have before they expire. You know, just chop it up. Again, just do a rough chop. Some people like their green onions larger, some people like it smaller. Just chop it up. It's all going to be thrown in a pan and sauteed and cooked anyway. So, but like I said, I like onions, so that's good with that. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and chop up the cilantro and just have it ready to go for when I do the topping, when it's all done. All right, so just a little rough chop of that, because I'm only using a little bit of cilantro, not a lot, because I'm only making a little and I'm not using the stems. So I'll just have that off to the side there until it is ready, until I am ready for it. It's ready. I'm not ready for it. All right, and I'll get rid of that onion, and then we'll just have our avocado ready when we're ready for it. All right, so let's see what our ground turkey is doing. It's browning up really nicely. So at this time, I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil. Just a little bit more. All right, on this non-stick pan, and then I'm going to add the red pepper, the onion, the red onion, and the green onion as well. And get that all sauteed together. Next up, I'm going to add the minced garlic. Eyeball it. I like garlic, so about that much. Let's turn our fire down a little bit. Okay, so next up I'm going to add the taco seasoning. So taco seasoning mix, we'll sprinkle that in there. Since I'm making a little bit, I'm not going to use all of it. I use more than half of it, but I'm not going to use all of it. I don't want it to be too overpowering, so I think that's enough. We'll save this for another recipe. just give that a quick stir. Get that well incorporated. Next up, it's time for our diced tomatoes, our fire roasted diced tomatoes. So I'm just going to use the old school can opener instead of getting out my electric one. It's quicker. By the time I get my electric one out and plug it up, I'll be done with opening the can. So in goes the fire roasted diced tomatoes. I'll use more than half of that can. And incorporate that in the mix. Whoops, something escaped. Something's always trying to run away. And we'll get that well incorporated. Of course, you know, we don't have smell-o-vision, but I gotta tell you, this smells great. All right, let's wipe up that spill. It's important to keep cleaning up as you go so it won't be too messy. Next up, we're going to add our, get that in the camera, our cauliflower rice veggies. Instead of rice, we're adding cauliflower rice because, of course, we want to keep the carbs low. And, of course, you know, for those who are doing keto, this is right up and down your alley. I'm not using the entire, well, actually I could, but I'm not going to use the entire pack. Like I said, just save some for another recipe. Or if I want to make this again, I can, you know, just use the rest of the ingredients to make a second batch. I just don't like making a big batch anymore because I can't eat like a bowl full like I used to. I can only eat a little at a time. All right, so we want to get this simmering, right? So our heat is on medium, a medium heat. So since the cauliflower rice was cold, it kind of died down the heat. That's why you don't hear that sizzle anymore. So I'm going to turn it up one notch. And actually what I was going to do is, and I just thought about this, is add some black beans. So hold on, let me get some black beans. Okay, so I'm back. So I went and got a can of black beans that I'm going to put in there, sauce and all. And again, I'm not going to use the entire can. Save that for another recipe. Mix that in. So this is really good with protein. It's low carb, it's quick, it's easy, and it's staying authentic with the Mexican flavors and ingredients, right? So I am actually now going to add just a little bit of broth, and I'm going to turn it up and let it simmer. I'm not going to put too much broth. I do have some bone beef broth. I do have chicken, but I grabbed the beef. So I just want to add just a little bit to help it simmer down and let it all marry, the flavors marry and cook together. And next up, I'm actually going to taste this just a little. When I say a taste, I do mean a taste. Just to taste to see what the flavors are, if the flavors are flavoring. So this is actually a taste, because this should be enough to know if the flavors are flavoring. You don't need a whole spoonful to say you're going to taste something. So I'm going to put that in my hand. actually, I'm going to use all of the taco seasoning because I want a little bit stronger taco mix, and I actually want some more garlic. I'm a garlic girl, so I'm going to add some more minced garlic. You can never have enough garlic for me. It's the garlic for me. So I'm going to mix that in. It does not need any pepper, and to me it does not need any salt. To you it may. But I don't like super spicy things, and as you can imagine, taco mix already has a chili kind of spice seasoning. So that's enough heat for me. But you can add, you know, extra black pepper, you can add chili flakes, you can add, you know, anything that you want. Your other types of chilies, your hot jalapenos. I don't do all of that, so that's not my thing. So I won't be adding that in there. However, this is ready to be covered, but before we cover it and let it simmer, we're just going to flatten that in there. And now it's time for our cheese topping. So I'm going to use the Fiesta blend. So we're going to use plenty of cheese. We'll just top it, go around our pan with the cheese. And I like it cheesy, so I'm going to use some more cheese. That should be good enough. Don't want to put too much cheese. Even though, you know, I do need fats, and we all need the fats in our diet. And so now we're going to cover it, turn it down, and let it simmer. All right, guys, so I'm back. It's time for the big reveal. So let's go ahead and take the top off. Ooh, look at that. Wow, let's get a close-up. It's been simmering. The cheese is melted. All of the flavors have married together. So it's time for the topping. So these are the toppings that I'm going to use. Now, just to let you know, when I cut this up, it's overripe. And even though these are two different types of avocados, you can kind of see this one, I hadn't taken it out to sit out to let it ripen. So this is not ripe. This is too hard to use. This is well overripe. In fact, I have to discard this. So I'm just going to use the cilantro, and I'm going to use some sour cream as some toppings. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle the cilantro over it. I wish the avocado wasn't so overripe, guys. That would have been a good look. But look how pretty the cilantro made it with the color pop. All right, guys, I'm back. And what I went on ahead and do for the thumbnail purposes, I went on ahead and decorated with some sour cream. But we're going to get it plated up at the moment because it's time to eat. So I had the top off of it so you can see that it kind of solidified a little bit more. So it should not be runny or anything. It should be quite easy to scoop out and serve. So let's go ahead and get that served up. Wow, this is really good. Wow. Take a look at that. So I'm actually just going to use the sour cream in there instead of scooping or putting additional sour cream. And actually what I should have done, because you guys know that everything is about measurements for me, is I should have weighted. So hold on, let me get my scale. So what I'm going to do is just measure a empty bowl. Here's my scale. I'm going to leave this scale in the description box. I've had it forever. This is not dirty. It's that I had something hot and it probably wore away the lacquer, the shine. So it's by Nutri Fit. I've had it for years, and I do mean years, guys. So it's still working just fine. So what I'm going to do is just zero it out and weigh an empty bowl. So this bowl is 1 pound, 2 ounces, right? So what I'm going to do is zero it out and start over again. So I'm just going to use this. And that is 3.7 ounces. So I'm going to go up to 4, simply because I have not had anything to eat today. And I don't even know if I'll be able to hold a full 4 ounces. So that is actually 4.6 ounces. So I'm going to take some back out because that's way too much. That's 4.2 ounces. And then I'm going to measure exactly 4 ounces. Well, we'll get it to 3.9. 3.9 is good enough. So this actually will be my dinner. This is 3.9 ounces of food. Living that VSG life, living that low carb life, living the healthy life. Health is wealth. Try this recipe, guys. I'm sure you will like it. It's healthy and it's easy to fix. If you like what you saw and you thought that this was helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and it's free to do. Just click the subscription button where it says subscribe, and the little bell next to it, just click that so you'll be notified. That helps this channel to grow. I'm on a mission to get to 1,000 subscribers. So guys, I need your help. Just subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not asking you to become a member. I'm not asking for any super chats. I am just asking you to subscribe to the channel. I'll be coming back with some more information, some more useful information, and from the eyes of a registered nurse, which is me. All right, so comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.